All right, and welcome back, everyone, to the Osu Taiko World Cup round of 16. We're going to be seeing a winner's bracket match right now with China versus Malaysia. I'm Ethan. I'm joined by Janitor.
Hello.
And yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how these two teams play.
Yeah, China looks really good this year, especially with some of the other top of the table teams kind of restructuring a bit. Malaysia is kind of one of them. They've lost a lot of their players from last year, but honestly, they've been holding up pretty well this year.
Yeah, despite having like a fairly different roster than most years, they're actually playing pretty well. I mean, 11th seed, that's not bad at all. Especially when like your entire, like almost the entire roster is different. I think there's a few players who played in the previous TWC, but outside of that, it's almost an entirely new roster.
Yeah, and meanwhile, China, unlike a lot of the other top teams, actually gaining some really incredible players. Like KK Negative, I don't think has played TWC for quite a while, but really scary on hidden and gimmick maps.
Yeah, they are definitely a player to watch out for on hidden and gimmick maps. They're a player that puts so much like work into practicing gimmick maps and stuff, so I'm kind of hoping we don't see like an 0-4 ban or something, because I want to see them on that really badly.
Yeah, that hasn't been banned a lot. I think teams really like that patch. But also, of course, Super Triple S, or Quadruple S, I guess, consistently being one of the highest rated players in terms of their tournament performances.
Definitely. I think both teams have a lot of players who have shown like some pretty strong performances in tournament, and I'm kind of interested to see which team can maybe come out on top. I think China's definitely favored, of course, but I feel like Malaysia, if they're playing pretty well, I feel like they could take a point or two off of China on the right maps.
Yeah, this week has been fairly dominant for the winning teams overall, but if there's any team that can take Malaysia to the brink, it is Malaysia.
Looks like we'll be seeing Hidden One being banned by Malaysia, and now China with the next ban.
I think every single match I've been a part of, the team has banned Hidden One.
Hidden One's been quite a popular ban this week, but that also just goes for Taiko in general, to be honest.
Anytime there's a slow hidden, it always gets banned.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, although I'm a part of the ban Hidden One crowd. It's pretty much my default.
Yeah, China banning Hard Rock too, but I can understand banning slow hidden against China because they are low-key one of the best hidden teams. Straight up.
Ooh, okay, speaking of Nomad 4, just earlier we were talking about it, with China being a very good gimmick team, especially with players like KK Negative on their roster. They're opening up with it, and honestly quite fair.
Yeah, this map has been pretty close overall. We've seen some really good performances on it. I expect China will be no different. It's really whether Malaysia can keep up with
it. Yeah. One thing that I find interesting about China picking the gimmick map is that usually you see the lower seeded team pick the gimmick map, but with China it's a little bit different just because they're so good at the gimmick map usually in most weeks. At least from like what I've seen out of like World Cup performances, that they end up just picking it quite often.
Yeah, China is definitely one of the few teams that you can confidently call a gimmick team. They are really good at those sorts of maps.
I will say, this gimmick map isn't too crazy. It's kind of just like a little bit of everything. Just like a nice little platter of every little kind of gimmick, I guess, that you typically see in tournaments for Taiko.
Yeah, there's some SV here and there, but usually I think most of them are cats, and they come at like the end of pretty obvious looking patterns.
Yeah.
Then there are the bar line gimmicks, which is the thin ones are dons, the thick ones are cats. Then there's a bunch of visual noise with slider ends, which don't actually matter, but they make the map look cooler, I guess.
Starting off in Nomad 4. Early miss there from Ford. They did recover quite quickly after that miss, but now we're getting into the first slow SV section. We'll see if anyone ends up getting a drop here. Everyone hits it. Okay, that's a good sign. So far, things are pretty close. Outside of that miss at the very beginning, things are pretty much even.
Oh, you missed on the 1/3. I think he wasn't quite sure if it was a 1/3 or like 1/2, so they were single tapping it.
That's unfortunate. At least it was only like one miss, but still, not really being able to get a consistent combo going in the first half of this map is gonna...
missing on the bar lines. Right when it was changing rhythm.
Horde is really struggling to get a consistent combo going here. They are keeping up their accuracy, at the very least. It's almost around 99 despite the misses. So, it's not like completely over or anything, but yeah, those misses are definitely going to make things a lot harder for Malaysia to take an early break point here.
A lot of players dropping hundreds on that kind of slider, shutter, spam section.
Yeah.
Which, I know not everyone ghost taps, but that is like the prime example of what ghost tapping should be a thing.
There's still 5 full combos here in the lobby currently. There's not too much map left. The rest of the map isn't too crazy from what I recall.
Yeah, even Cord scores are actually pretty good. It's just okay, never mind. Shuke does not full combo or maintain their accuracy. But aside from that funny miss.
Yeah, wow. Okay, that is... Both teams played really well on that map, to be honest. It's just China had some crazy overall team accuracy and had 2 full combos alongside it.
You'd love to see the end of map random miss into ... the MP shot. That's a really unfortunate miss, but obviously it doesn't matter. Shuken's still having the best accuracy in the lobby, pretty much.
Yeah, both teams played really well, though, to be honest. It's just China is going to be winning that pick. Like, I think Malaysia's overall team score, I think that would have beat, like, a lot of like higher seeded teams like overall team scores. It's just China is just built different on No Mod 4.
China at like a certain stage of the pool will just lock in and they will just beat you on everything.
Yeah.
If you're not prepared.
So we're getting Hard Rock 1 for the next pick.
Alright, I guess Malaysia is going for the strategy of consistency overall. I think their accuracy seems comparable to China at least, because they're not like a super good accuracy team, so I could see this working.
Yeah, I could actually see this working out. China does have some pretty good Hard Rock players, but I could definitely see Malaysia putting up a pretty good fight. And China did ban Hard Rock too, so... I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't actually remember if they've seen this a whole lot this weekend.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Also really funny to me how talkative the Chinese team is. Super Triple S repeatedly trying to say they love Rish, then getting gaslit by his teammates saying, no, you hate Rish.
No.
Oh, Piggy Negative coming in for this.
Okay. I don't typically see them on Hard Rock picks, but they can play Hard Rock.
Yeah, I think they don't play, like, super fast Hard Rock, but
yeah,
they are, from what I remember, a pretty good tech player, and also a very high accuracy player generally, so I think these sorts of Hard Rocks they can handle.
Yeah, they can definitely put up a good score on like a Hard Rock 1, but a Hard Rock 2, depending on how fast it is, they might struggle.
I assume that's why I think they banned Hard Rock 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't have to deal with that. Okay, Malaysia. Both teams actually switching up their rosters a bit. Malaysia, I think, having. Actually, do they swap out everyone?
Wait, did they?
No, I think they swapped out one person too. But all right, heading into it.
They swapped out 2 people, I believe. Yeah, getting onto the accuracy / techie hard rock map. It's mostly smooth sailing, especially for like these 2 teams. I think both teams won't have too much trouble with combo for the most part. We'll see a few misses maybe, but I think accuracy will be like the main deciding factor for this pick.
Yeah, I think there's been a tiny bit of maybe rushing on some of the 1.6. 182 is usually a pretty comfortable BPM, but it can still be a bit awkward on hard rock.
Yeah, I believe it's OD 9.5.
It's actually, I think, dead even right now.
Ooh. Yeah, no team really has. Oh, actually, a lot of 100s there suddenly from Malaysia, just as we say that. And China will now have a slight accuracy lead, but it's very unstable still. Because if any player like drops just like a lot of 100s on like a pattern, it could flip on over to Malaysia's side.
I think Malaysia is dropping more hundreds on the 1, 4, and 2 finishers, actually, which is giving China a bit of a lead.
Oh, and that miss from Boone right there is going to give China an even bigger lead here. Yeah, the score lead's starting to go up to above 35,000. It'll probably climb up to, yeah, above 40,000. There's not a lot of map left. There is some potential for a comeback, but it's really tough.
Yeah, Malaysia is just dropping a lot of hundreds on like the slower sections as well, and that's just giving China a noticeable accuracy advantage.
Yeah, it's just coming down to accuracy here. DXI Fong is starting to drop a lot of 100s now towards the end of the map as it speeds up a little, and there's not too much map left. I don't think there's really any chance for a potential comeback here for Malaysia. And yeah, China will be taking their second
That's 5 full
point.
combos on hard rock 1.
Oh wow, there is a lot of full combos in this lobby with the past 2 picks we've seen. Both teams are playing really well. It's just.
Yeah, interestingly, Crab Cow had the best accuracy, but Shuken actually outscored him, I assume because of the finishers.
Oh, is Crab Cow not hitting finishers? Huh.
Yeah, I think they might have missed a couple.
Yeah, that can definitely impact your score. Oh, immediately just free mod 1 from China for their second pick. Okay.
You love to see fast picks. China's an interesting free mod team. They have really good individual mod players, and I think KK Negative and Super Triple S can play in hard rock as well.
Yeah. I think they're a really good anti-mod free mod team.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they have a lot of players who can just put out cracked scores on just hidden or just hard rock on maps that they absolutely should not be putting out a cracked score with hidden or just hard rock.
Yeah, all their players are really good at their specializations. Like oddly very, very good at them. Like they should not be allowed to be this good at them, especially compared to what their rank is.
I kind of wonder what mods we'll see from Malaysia. They might go a bit safer, if I'm assuming like what's gonna happen. Like maybe just like 1 hidden hard rock player and then 2 players going with just single mods maybe.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if Malaysia has a dedicated hidden hard rock player. This map is easy enough that even if you just play hidden, you can probably do hidden hard rock on it.
Yeah, but that can always be kind of risky. But you do have that extra, like, little bit of breathing room since you are playing hidden hard rock.
Yeah, and China definitely is coming in expecting, or at least hoping, they have the mod advantage. So that can also put pressure on the other team to also go a lot of hidden hard rock.
Yeah. Both teams are taking a bit of time to kind of decide their mod strategy for this, or at least one of the teams are. So maybe we'll see something interesting.
Could be 6 full mods. We have seen that before.
Yeah, I saw it once. I casted a match yesterday that had that. It was very wild, because I was not expecting it at all. Oh, okay.
Okay.
It might be a triple hidden hard rock from China, and then double hidden hard rock from Malaysia. I haven't seen what mods KK Negative has, but I would not be too surprised if they're running hidden hard rock. Yep, they are.
Triple
Okay.
hidden hard rock. So with one mod advantage, it's like they can afford one combo pick, or like a 2% accuracy, all else equal. So China's going to be constantly gaining score and gaining score lead on Malaysia.
Yeah, Malaysia is just gonna have the hope that China can never really get like one of their players just struggles to really stabilize on this pick. But China's been looking so stable so far in this match. It's really hard to I don't know. It's hard to hope for that when they've been playing really solid the past 2 picks.
Yeah, when you have the mod advantage, it's really your map to lose.
So far, everyone in the lobby with fairly high accuracy.
Yeah, WLY Minato having double S, which I've generally known them as more of. I think they play hard rock. I could be mistaking them for someone else, but this is really good accuracy from them.
Yeah, there's some really good early on accuracy. Crab Cow also is an SS, but they are the only single mod player in the lobby. And I feel like some of the pressure must be on Crab Cow right now, just because they're the only player right now without hidden hard rock, and they do end up dropping the SS on it. But still, it was only like 1/100. But yeah, China's just gonna keep on gaining a score advantage, even though the accuracies from both teams is fairly similar overall. Although I think there is a slight accuracy lead right now towards China.
Yeah, I think Foon is maybe rushing a little bit on these patterns, so they're picking up a lot more hundreds. Now they're dropping below Super Triple S.
Yeah, we're already through the first half of the map, and we have not seen anyone drop combo yet.
Minato is still on a double S. KK Negative not too far behind, maybe like 3 or 4 100s.
This overall team score is
they
insane.
missed on the stream.
They both missed at the same time as well, and now China's lead is actually going to extend even further. But WY Minato is actually going to pick up a couple misses for themselves. Not really too big of an accuracy drop, and also it was towards the end of the map, so the combo scoring won't come into effect too much. Not really sure if the misses are really going to be able to do much. I think if Malaysia are going to somehow come back into this, it would rely on like everyone on the side of China missing like right now.
Yeah, they would really need KK Negative to miss, but currently still on I think like 3 100s on hidden hard rock, which is crazy accuracy for this.
Yeah, this overall team score from China is absurd.
Yeah, it's just Minato missing on like the tail end of the stream, which is like the hard part of the map. Oh my god, 4 100 hidden hard rock. Better than the single mod hard rock.
Oh my goodness. That is an insane score there.
Yeah, KK Negative as a pickup for the team is just insane for China. Having someone who's really good at accuracy and really good at mods really helps make the team whole.
Yeah, that's just a wild overall team score. Like, that might be like one of the
it might be the best we've seen so far, honestly.
Yeah, actually,
it would be close.
As Japan played yet? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, they were the very first match. I don't know if they played this one though.
Depending on if they played Free Mod 1, maybe it's the best score this week.
Yeah, KK Negative score is definitely up there. Cord though also getting a full combo. It's pretty difficult to beat that sort of score. Malaysia
does have the next pick, but it's an important pick because if China can manage to get another break point, then they'll be at match point.
Yeah, I really don't know. China is such a strong hidden team that I don't think you can pick hidden two. China's also actually not a bad double tie team either. But maybe they're more vulnerable there. Then they do end up going DT1.
Okay. So still sticking towards more accuracy-based picks. Although this one has a lot of little tricky tech patterns that can catch people off guard if they're not paying attention.
Yeah, it's hard to pick maps against China because they're just a very well-rounded roster. They're happy playing basically anything, and you have a small window of opportunity to actually beat them, unless you're just like way better.
And that's honestly like something you don't see a lot. I feel like in 3v3 so far this year is like good, well-rounded teams. Like I feel like a lot of teams are struggling to just have like 3 players who can just play like every single map in the pool.
Yeah, China is a team-based team. They have like all of their players are good and can play maps for them.
All right, well, on to DT1 here. A very important pick here from Malaysia. Because if they can win this point, then they can temporarily stop the momentum from China that has been mounting throughout this match so far. Ooh, early miss from Shokan.
Interesting miss on the doublets, I think.
Also some early 100s from them.
Oh, Cord breaking on that little pattern.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate drop right there. I think China will get the lead now off of that miss. I think they have slightly better accuracy by like a few 100s.
Outcount kicking negatives accuracy is absolutely insane.
Yeah, they're the only 99% in the lobby right now. Like, they're definitely carrying China's team score right now by a good bit. Although Super SS is not too far behind. The accuracy is... I was about to say it was climbing there, but they did drop a few 100s. But yeah, China's gonna have the score lead for now. Not by a lot. It's only by like 15,000 points, but definitely still a lead.
Yeah, Krakow is now dropping more hundreds on the 1-8. Super Triple S recovering really well after that shaky start. Shukan also recovering back to level of core. Meanwhile, kicking negative still doing things on this map.
Kicking negative just casually having God tier act.
Malaysia's team score is actually pretty good. This is not an easy map, but China is just doing wonders on it.
Yeah, I think Malaysia are just gonna have the hope for a somewhat substantial combo drop from the side of China at this point, because it looks like accuracy is just gonna be favoring China overall for the rest of this pick. I can't remember if there's anything kind of tricky towards the end of this map. But yeah, Malaysia's chance at taking this map pick is starting to dwindle away very slowly.
Even Super Triple S, dropping random 100s in the slow sections and assessing the harder one sections, which is really funny. Yeah, Shuken going from 96 at the start to now 98.5.
Yeah, just nobody is missing here. It's just coming down to accuracy, basically. Outside of, like, some misses early on from Cord, it's just been... everyone's just trucking along. Actually, Shokan did miss earlier on, but yep, China's going to take their 4th point in the match, and it's another break point.
That is still a really good score from both teams, but wow, China having almost 299%, kicking negative above 110k. Krakow also doing quite well on that, but yeah, it's just, what do you do against that?
Yeah, just absurd accuracy from China. And it looks like China is going to be going for no mod 5. Honestly, I can definitely see why they would go with this. It's a pretty accuracy-oriented pick.
Yeah, it's like on a good day, every player in the lobby could probably SS this, but it's really all about nerves.
Yeah. And make sure you don't note luck on the streams.
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your score won't thank you for that. It's also an interesting pick because I don't think on paper it's like the pick that is absolutely the best for them, but I think thinking forward, it is the pick that reveals the least amount of information because everyone is good at this map.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there are better picks that China could play, but they can just conceal and be like, okay, yeah, we can also, like, if they end up winning this point, then they can be like, okay, yeah, we can play the consistency map well.
Yeah, we can play the map that is, if it was rigged, it would be everyone's top place.
Maybe soon.
This is dangerous though, because Malaysia has shown that they are able to keep up with China on these sorts of maps, and it's not hard enough to really warrant misses, aside from nerve misses. In accuracy, they should also be pretty close.
Yeah, it is a bit of a risky pick, for sure. Like, it could backfire, and Malaysia could take a breakpoint here. Like, I feel like if Malaysia are gonna take a breakpoint in this match, it would be this map. This would be, like, the map to do it on. We'll just have to see as we get underway with the funny little mini tiebreaker at 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
The mini tiebreaker. It's pretty close in length of the tiebreaker from last round. It was, I think, 4 minutes 30.
Yeah, that's why it's a good mini tiebreaker. Things are pretty chill right now, but we're about to get into the first PI and the first stream section of the map. Super SS is picking up a miss right before the stream start kicking in. And that'll give Malaysia an early score lead. There's only one miss though, so it's not going to impact China's overall score too much, but that is a good start for Malaysia, especially on a map where every 100 and every miss counts just that much more, just because it is just such a consistency map.
Yeah, that's great for Malaysia. I think he missed on the slowdown? Like the SV slowdown.
Yeah, I believe so.
Alright, Malaysia's going to build up a bit of a score lead. And they also have an accuracy lead now too, because Super Triple S did miss quite a bit on that. But on a map like this, a combo score lead just means 16k. That is all you're getting.
Yeah. Yeah, now the combos have stabilized, but we're about to get into another stream section here. Let's see if anyone can crumble under the pressure, if everyone will keep trucking along here. And so far, everyone's playing really well. The accuracy from everyone in the lobby is just so strong currently. Like, Super Triple S, lowest accuracy in the lobby, but it's still a 99.4.
Yeah, probably more misses than hundreds.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, it's just... everyone is good at this map. Everyone can play it. The patterns are relatively intuitive. It's just all about the nerves.
Yeah. It's just one of those maps where every single 100 counts.
And Shuken still with a double S on the break.
Oh?
And the leaderboard peaking.
Oh no, Shuken! They thought they were the only one SSing and then they got nervous.
That's a really funny 100. That's really unfortunate.
I can already tell what happened. They saw they were the only one SSing, and they're just like, oh god, no, nerves, and then immediately dropped to 100. I've done it before.
The post-break note is the most dangerous one. But Malaysia's still holding on to their lead. Their accuracy still being strong.
Yeah, just everyone is holding on for Malaysia. There's still a little bit map left. It's not over quite yet. There's still some more streams. It's not over, but it's the chance for China to come back into this is starting to dwindle just a little bit more.
I think they've got it. I think that was the last big stream.
Yeah, they just have to hold on for this like slowdown, and they're good.
And Malaysia is going to be holding off the sweep for the second match in this round of 16.
Let's go. It's not a sweep. Some very solid scores here from both teams, but yeah, Malaysia is just going to be taking it off of just those couple of misses there at the beginning from Super Triple S, and also just an overall accuracy
100s
difference.
total.
Oh my goodness. This lobby is just, there's so many good accuracy players in this lobby.
If Super Triple S didn't miss, they would have had 14 100s, assuming he had the same amount of hundreds. So they actually would have still lost by 100.
Wow, imagine if it came down to 100 at the end.
Yeah, for a map this long.
That would have been insane. I would have been freaking out if that
actually,
was
if that happened, that would mean that they would have lost because Shuken got that 100 after the break. Which I guess it's better for them that that didn't happen.
Technically.
Alright, now what does Malaysia think to stay in this?
It's so tough to like think of a good pick really here, because like everything feels scary to be honest.
Yeah, I think I would probably go for No. I think Fremont 2 and Hin 2 are just too dangerous. DT2, probably also dangerous. Like, China's accuracy on these hard DT maps is pretty crazy.
Maybe Nomad 3. If they can play the speed, then it can just kind of be similar to how Nomad 5 is, where it just comes down to a few 100s or just 1 or 2 misses.
I love the chat going on whenever China is playing. It's absolutely hilarious.
China are just using hashtag multiplayer as their official team chat. Good lord.
That's respectable.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I did predict it. Nomad 3.
Okay, so it's, I think, also a relatively intuitive map for most players. It's like 276 is no longer considered fast for modern players, which is crazy to me, but I guess that's just how it is.
It's time to go to the retirement home, janitor.
Yeah, I know. I'm too old for this. But yeah, I mean, Malaysia should be able to do this. The problem is China is also a surprisingly good speed team.
Yeah, so it is like a bit of a scary pick, but honestly, if Malaysia feel comfortable at this BPM and they know they can get a good score on it, I think they could take a point here, just off of like, just playing just that little bit better, just getting a few less 100s or just one less miss overall. But still, you are playing kind of a dangerous game there, because you are just playing like, sort of just playing like an SS battle almost.
Yeah, I don't think we've had any score quite as close, because this is the sort of map where, again, any player in this lobby on a good day could probably full combo or SS it, but playing it when you're also a bit nervous as well, and I think there's like a couple of funny patterns that I will put in, just because.
Alright, well, I guess we'll have to see. This map's a little bit shorter. It's not a mini tiebreaker. It's only like a little over 2 minutes long.
Yeah, not a lot of time to adjust, but I'm sure these players will be able to handle it. And this is still the winners bracket, so even if Malaysia loses, they will still continue next week in losers.
Yeah, and they will play against Australia if that ends up happening. Whichever team ends up losing this match will play against Australia.
That's a bit of a scary match, but...
Yeah. I think Australia is one of those teams that, like, on a good day, they can feel very underseeded. Like, they can definitely punch above their weight a little bit, like, in the seeding.
Yeah, definitely a scary team. In the past, that would have been a really, really good team.
Yeah, I think 3v3 is slightly nerfed them.
I love looking at who is single tapping these sorts of maps and who is also.
Actually, yeah, I should pay attention to that because it is kind of funny to see that.
I think WLY Minato is the only one who's single tapping for China, but Malaysia is going to take a little bit of an early accuracy.
Okay. Still though, everyone's holding a near SS score right now, and Shokan is straight up SSing for now.
Really consistent this match, but I mean, this isn't the sort of map to be bad trading on stand-up, but if you're single tapping, there is a consideration that you get tired somewhere near the end of the map.
Yeah, so I kind of wonder if that might come into play in the second half maybe for Minato. If they're not like used to, I guess, playing this kind of speed.
Yeah, there's really two kinds of single tappers. Either you can single tap 350 or you can only single tap 240. I'm pretty sure Minato's in the 350 category.
So far though, no one's dropped their combo yet. Oh my goodness, I spoke a little bit too soon. The Super Triple S is gonna be the first one to drop combo, and that's actually gonna extend Malaysia's score lead.
Malaysia's score is really good on this actually. Cord on 1/100, Crab Cow on 2. Well, okay, he just dropped another one, but Fong on like 4. Okay, Cord also on 4. Alright, maybe I should just stop talking about Malaysia.
Oh my god! A miss from Cord! And that's gonna... Oh my goodness, it's gonna make things so close now because of that miss. There's not a lot of map though. If they could just keep their combos and not drop too much accuracy, they should be able to keep themselves in it. And that miss from Minato basically confirms it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're still good. Super Triple S dropped a lot of accuracy on their miss.
It's not over yet. Malaysia getting their second point of the match. 2 points in a row here.
That's a really good team score for Malaysia. And Shukan once again with a 1/100. Just barely not getting the double S.
Malaysia are destroying pick'ems. Let's go.
This is the closest match that we've had so far.
Technically, yes. But now they have to survive China's next pick, and they have quite a few options that they could go with. They have Hidden 2. I mean, Fremont 2 is also another thing they could consider. But yeah, that's just some crazy team scores. But honestly, if Malaysia can take a break point here, there's a chance for there's a itsy-bitsy chance for a tiebreaker. But they have this
chance.
There's a very tiny chance because they could pick something that's again more consistency based. Like we haven't seen No Mod 1 yet, so that's something to consider. But they do have to survive whatever China picks, and China have some pretty good options at their disposal. And looks like they'll be going with Fremont 2.
Okay, we are going with Fremont 2.
This is a bit of a scary map. I haven't seen teams pick Fremont 2 too much yet.
I've seen it a fair bit. People seem to be really comfortable modding it, actually, so I think China might also just be going full hidden hard rock.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely a chance for like a triple hidden hard rock just because China is potentially crazy enough to do it. I think if they have the same 3 players as Fremont 1, there's a low-key chance of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, actually, it's the same 3 players as Fremont 1.
Okay.
What if? What if? I would love to see triple hidden hard rock just to see, like, if they can. This is
I wonder how Malaysia is going to be on this though. I don't think their hidden hard rock players are quite as strong, so I don't know if they're at a 1 or 2 mod deficit.
yeah. If you're Malaysia, I feel like you don't really want to risk overmodding. But at the same time, like, China's just been so consistent. Especially on Fremont 1, they looked really consistent there. But we are on the anti-mod pick, so things can get a lot more shaky.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation for them. I think they should just go with what they're comfortable with.
Yeah. And so if it happens to be that they're at like a 2-mod deficit, I think it's worth it. Just because it is an anti-mod map. And so overmodding can be really punishing. Okay, it's time to see what mods we'll be seeing today. Oh, it might be a triple hit in Hard Rock. Oh my goodness, it's a triple hit in Hard Rock on Fremont too. Okay, okay. So yeah, it will be a 2-mod deficit for Malaysia.
Yeah, not ideal, but well, I assume it's the best they could do on short notice.
Yeah. I mean, there is like a small chance this is... They could be overmodding here, China specifically. I think if every player in Malaysia is comfortable with the mod choice that they brought in, then they're just gonna have to kind of hope China overmodded is a bit more unstable on this pick than they expected. And that Mr. Minato is a good sign potentially of things to come for Malaysia if you're rooting for them, but they did stabilize very quickly there, and China are still gonna have the score lead just because having a 2-mod advantage is so powerful.
And KK negative with a mid 99%. Moon not that far behind, but still noticeably behind.
Yeah. Some crazy accuracy there. Still possible for Malaysia to take this point, but yeah, the score lead is just going to keep on increasing slowly if nothing ends up really happening and everyone keeps on their combos.
And Munato's accuracy is still really good, and he's getting to the sort of 2% range where he's going to be outscoring Fong. So, or actually, he is already outscoring him. But yeah, he's actually outscoring Crab Cow now even, which, despite that miss and Crab Cow having like a 0.5% better accuracy.
Yeah, Hidden Hard Rock is just so powerful in Taiko Score V2. DXA Fong dropping a lot of 100s here in this slow section for a moment. Yeah, we're gonna need to see a huge tank from one of the players on the side of China, like very, very soon for a chance for Malaysia to take this point and get a break point.
Yeah, China's scores on this are insane as a team.
Yeah. There is, like, maybe a chance right here, but China have to miss right now. And that's just not happening.
Yeah, Minato well above 99. Well, a little bit above 99. KK negative also 99.23, highest DAC. For Hidden Hard Rock, and oh my god, they're going to be taking it.
That is an insane team score there from China. Oh my goodness.
And that's going to be it. A very good run from Malaysia. Triple full combo, but unfortunately not quite enough to overcome the mod deficit.
Malaysia are looking to be quite a scary team here, honestly, in the losers bracket. Like, they were showing up and just playing really well. It's just China just looked to be on their A game today on a lot of these picks.
Yeah, and they really did push China, but China prevailed.
Yeah, and so China will be moving on through the winners bracket where they will be facing South Korea next weekend in the quarterfinals.
That
Meanwhile,
is scary.
yeah, no, that's a potentially pretty hype match. Depending on how both those teams play on the quarterfinals pool, I could see that being a pretty hype match. And then Malaysia will be facing against Australia in their first losers bracket match. So potentially some very good matches here in quarterfinals. Quarterfinals is shaping up to have a lot of potentially interesting matches, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we still have a bunch of matches coming up, basically consecutively.
Yeah, in just 15 minutes, we'll be seeing the United Kingdom versus Argentina. So we're just going to take a small break here, and then we'll be right back with some more Taiko World Cup action. So, I don't know if you have any last words, Chandler, but that will be it for us for just a few minutes, and then we'll be right back.
Yeah, make sure to buy BIN for $2.50 USD, or multiple BINs.
Yeah, and that'll be it for us. See y'all in a few minutes.
boundless expanse of the multiverse, the allure of traveling through parallel universes beckons intrepid adventurers. Each universe presents